If anyone ever says, I don't believe in tariffs, then a tariff dies. Okay? It's like fairy rules. If you say, I don't believe in fairies, a fairy dies. So if you don't believe in tariffs, a tariff dies. And the only way to bring the tariff back to life is by clapping at a Donald Trump rally. I think we're onto something here. Today is Liberation Day, and Donald Trump has liberated us by creating the largest tax hike in the United States history. That is his plan. That has always been his plan with these tariffs, to cause chaos. Chaos is the plan. He does not know how tariffs work. He doesn't know what they're for. He doesn't know how to use them. He doesn't know how to the complex math involved. He doesn't know how to determine the right price points. None of this is happening. He just makes up numbers.
Liberated us from all the money holding us down.
All that money was in your pockets and it was dragging you down, and he has taken that money from you. Now you're free. See? So yeah, we are getting the largest tax hike in history. The White House aide Peter Navarro said he expects President Donald Trump's tariffs to bring in $6 trillion in revenue over the next decade, which could amount to the largest tax hike in U.S. history. Because who pays the tariffs? The companies. The companies in America pay the tariffs. It's a gigantic tax. Even when adjusting for inflation, that amount would be triple the tax increase put in place in 1942 to pay for the cost of fighting World War II. Navarro, Trump's senior counselor for trade and manufacturing, insists it's not a tax increase, but a tax cut. Somehow, that doesn't make any sense, but he's going to say it anyway, echoing the Trump administration's repeated belief that the tariffs will be paid not by American consumers, but by businesses in other countries and other countries themselves. That's not how this works. The message is that tariffs are tax cuts. Tariffs are jobs, tariffs are national security. I mean, the message is that this is this thing. I mean, it's not true, but it's the fucking message, all right? You guys get this in your brains right. The message is that tariffs are great for America. The message is that they will make America great again. None of it's true. None of it functions within reality, but it's the message, okay? The message cannot be questioned. We believe the tariffs are tax cuts. It's not true, and it doesn't matter. And the arithmetic is not on their side, but we believe it. Tariffs are jobs. We believe that. Tariffs are national security. We believe it. Tariffs are great for America. We believe it. That means it will be true. This is conservatism in action. This is everything that a conservative... This is the highest form of conservatism. It really, really is. The message, the beliefs.
Tariffs are pepperoni pizza too.
Tariffs are pepperoni pizza, and I believe it. Tariffs are unicorns, and I believe it. Tariffs will tuck you in at night and give you a little pat on the bum to drift you off to sleep. I believe it. Tariffs are apparently whatever the fuck you want them to be. They can just do anything. Tariffs will change your tire if you ever get a flat on the side of the road. Tariffs will fill your belly with delicious peanut butter if you are ever hungry. Tariffs will heat your home in the winter. Tariffs will solve the male loneliness epidemic. And they can and they will.
Will they bring my wife back?
They will. Tariffs will bring your wife back. They will bring back your estranged children. They will all apologize to you. They will tell you that you're right, and that tariffs will do that. If you believe hard enough, if you believe and you become a MAGA believer, one of the MAGA faithful, the tariffs will bring your kids back. The tariffs will bring your wife back. The tariffs will make you your hair grow back. Okay, I mean, I'm going bald. I need some tariffs right in this area. Okay, I need them. And the tariffs will set you free. That's why it's Liberation Day, baby. We've been goofing around for the past 5 minutes, but that's what conservatives think. We're playing around, but this is their life. They actually think these things are correct, true. They think these things are going to happen. And when they don't, it'll be my fault. Because the liberals didn't do tariffs hard enough. The liberals, which I'm not one, but I get lumped in with them, and I understand why. it's that Chuck Schumer. He wouldn't let the tariffs work. He said tariffs are bad, and if you say a tariff is bad, then the magic wears off. It's like birthday wishes. If you tell people what you wished for on your birthday, it won't come true. It's that kind of a magic spell. The tariffs will do all of the things that I described, but not if anyone ever doubts them. If anyone ever says, I don't believe in tariffs, then a tariff dies. Okay? It's like fairy rules. If you say, I don't believe in fairies, a fairy dies. So if you don't believe in tariffs, a tariff dies. And the only way to bring the tariff back to life is by clapping at a Donald Trump rally. I think we're onto something here. I didn't plan any of this, but I've actually accidentally kind of stumbled into it. I'll post that up on Blue Sky later. You can follow me on Blue Sky. That'll be my skeet for the evening. A sky tweet. It's a skeet. I'm going to make that the terminology, and you're going to help me. Whoever's listening, please help me. That should be the terminology over on Blue Sky. Skeets. So let's see. Well, I was doing a politics stream, but I have gone completely off the rails, and I could not be happier.
Hello human, it is me Kanuch. I need you to press the subscribe button. I have to feed my many AI babies.
Oh hey, look at this. He's got his big old beautiful board. It's a whole board full of things, countries and percentages that are just made up. Man, chaos is the point. He wants chaos. He wants madness. He does not want you to know what is going on. He does not want you to understand what's going to happen tomorrow. Chaos is a ladder for fascists. I know Thomas hates it when I say chaos is a ladder, but this is the point. Cause the chaos, steal everything you can. Elon is stealing things. Left, right, and center. He is just stealing stuff. I think he tried to steal a building. Like the Doge guys kicked out a group of people, and then they just like took the building, and now like they pretend they own it, and they're trying to sell it. Like if I walked into your house, threw you out, and then tried to list your house and sell it, I'd be a criminal. I'd be in jail. But Elon and the Doge boys get to do it. It's just government things. You know, it's just a Doge thing. You know, we're cutting down on the government, you know? So, yeah, he's got his list here with made up numbers and bad news. Well, I mean, good news for him. We have right here, we have the president saying the country of Taiwan. So, this will cause more chaos. And this isn't even intentional chaos. I don't think this is intentional chaos from the Donald Trump people. They just don't double check things.
Just a bit of cheeky kleptocracy.
Yeah, exactly. They don't double check their stuff beforehand. They don't look into the accuracy of the cool graphics and boards they're creating. So when they did this and they called Taiwan a country, they have pissed off China. They have done a thing that Joe Biden wouldn't do by calling Taiwan a country. Taiwan wants to be a country, but in saying that they are, and I think they are, they have their own government, they have their own currency, they have their own language. They have their own idioms within the language. I mean, I speak English, but I've never been to fucking England. They have a slightly different thing, and they want to be away from China. Now, China does not accept this. They hate this. They do not want this to be true because it's the one that got away. They want this not to be true. And if other countries, like important ones like the United States, say that Taiwan's a country, that pisses China off, and then they don't want to be your friend any longer. And that is what Donald Trump has accidentally done here. Now, Biden is a wiener who did not want to rock a boat. He does not want to rock the boat. Joe Biden does not rock boats, motherfucker. He sits completely still on the boats, okay? Because he will not allow them to rock. He would never have done anything like this. This is a mistake, because I don't think Donald Trump wants to call Taiwan a country. That would piss off China, and that would not make him happy. I don't think he knows that this even is a problem. If you pointed this out to him, he wouldn't understand it, because he's an idiot who barely comprehends any of the things that are going on around him at any time. And he's surrounded by morons. So if you even pointed out this mistake, he would be like, what? Taiwan's not a country? What? No, they're part of China? I don't like China. China bad. China bad. If we call it that, would it piss him off? I don't know. Or he'll just do it because they're paying him. I don't know, man. Like, he doesn't know the complicated, nuanced, global politics that he has tread upon right here. And he doesn't know that because he's an idiot. But will it cause chaos? Yes, it will. They like chaos. They want chaos. They will cause chaos and then stand on top of it and then say they climbed a mountain. We've got the key takeaways. Let's see. Let's hear what he has to say.
If you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's
go?
Tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, I think you can, for the most part, see it. Those with good eyes, with bad eyes. We didn't want to it's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset? They will be, because we never charge anybody anything. But now we're going to charge.
The tariffs are not paid by China. Christ almighty. This motherfucker does not know how this stuff works. And that's what kills me, is that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
European Union, they're very tough, very, very tough traders. You think of European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%, so we're charging them essentially half. Vietnam, great negotiators, great people. They like me, I like them. The problem is they charge us 90%. We're going to charge them 46% tariff. Taiwan, where they took all of our computer chips and semiconductors.
They took all of our computer chips and semiconductors. Listen to that language. They took it. He's entirely full of shit. They didn't take it. A bunch of Taiwanese people didn't come into American computer companies and kick down the door and say, we build all the chips now. No, motherfucker. Revisionist history. American CEOs decided it would be cheaper if the Taiwanese people built it and then shipped it to us. So that's what we did. Completely non-connected with reality. This guy. They took it from us. I've got another, I think it's Peter Navarro, saying something similar about all the factories in the world. They took our factories. Horse shit. Lying ass motherfuckers. They don't even know what they're talking about. I think the entire economy is based on belief and feelings, and I know more about it than they do. Let's keep going.
Used to be the king, right? We were everything. We had all of it. Now we have almost none of it, except the biggest company is coming in. We're going to end up with almost 40%. Lee Zeldin's working to get their approvals. And it's an amazing company. Mr. Wei, of one of the great companies of the world, actually. They're coming in from Taiwan, and they're going to build one of the biggest plants in the world, maybe the biggest for that.
If the company wants to spend that money, they can. And that's a choice of the CEOs of the companies. You understand that Lee Zeldin, the CEO, gets to decide where he builds his fucking company. But you think the country of Taiwan somehow stole all of our factories? God, you're dumb.
But 64%, we're going to charge them 32%. Japan, very, very tough. Great people. And again, I don't blame the people for doing it. I think they're very smart in doing it. I blame the people that sat right in that Oval Office, right over there, right behind the Resolute desk or whichever desk they chose. Japan, 46%. They would charge us 46%, and much higher for certain items like cars, little items like cars. 46%, we're charging them 24%. India, very, very tough, very, very tough. Prime Minister just left. He's a great friend of mine, but I said, you're a friend of mine, but you're not treating us right. They charge us 52%. You have to understand, we charge them almost nothing for years and years and decades. And it was only 7 years ago when I came in, we started with China and charged them. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China in tariffs. And
no, we didn't. No, we didn't. That just didn't happen, man. None of that happened. That didn't happen. Let's see. Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico just announced she will respond to Trump's tariffs by 2 p.m. on Wednesday. So let's listen to these fools.
All of which is sort of dumbfounding that we're
Yeah,
here,
dumbfounding.
Doug.
No, I
And to
get
this,
it.
we do have some breaking news.
Yeah.
We talk about reciprocal. So Mexican President Sheinbaum has just said she will come out and she will announce Mexico's response tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Okay, so I mean, we don't just saying that she did this. This came out from Mexico minutes after Trump's Treasury Secretary said this.
My advice to every country right now is do not retaliate. Sit back, take it in. Let's see how it goes.
Sit
Because
back and take
If you
it.
retaliate, there will be escalation. If you don't retaliate, this is the high watermark.
Get dicked. That's the American way now. Fuck off. Fuck you. That's what he's doing. Take it, you bitches. You take it right now. And if you dare to complain, if you match us with tariffs, if you match the tariff we put on you, then you will suffer. This is part of the chaos. But it's the other slight reason for this is Donald Trump can figure out who he can push over, which countries will take it, which countries won't. And if they don't, he gets to turn them into enemies. Conservatism needs enemies. Fascist states need enemies, man. They gotta have somebody to invade. They gotta have somebody to go blitzkrieg. They gotta have a Rhineland to go take, man. Right now it's Greenland. That probably won't take very long. We're gonna be done with Greenland in a year, most likely. Then it'll be Panama and Canada and Mexico. And if they're the long-term kind of thinking fascists, they'll pick the ones next who pushed back against the tariffs. If America put a tariff on Djibouti and Djibouti matched our tariff, Djibouti's next on the list after Greenland and Canada and Mexico and Panama, then Djibouti, in that order. It's not a good way to make friends. It's a great way to make enemies. These tariffs are a great way to make enemies. And that is what Donald Trump wants. Enemies against his fascist state. That he's going to say they're the fascists because he's a bad guy. He lies to you a lot. So chaos, misery, pain, these are the points. This is what they want for you, from you, and to you. This is what they wanted to do. And then they get to claim national emergencies when we don't have enough whatever product doesn't come across anymore. Lumber was the big deal with Canada. We're buying their lumber. We give them money. They give us lumber. And according to Donald Trump, that's a fucking nightmare. He hates that shit. We should also be making something to get that money back. Scams of some sort, I suspect. Crypto scams, probably. We should be making crypto coins to then give to the Canadians to get that money back that we gave them for the lumber, so that we can have the lumber and we have the money, and then they have the worthless crypto. That's how economics works in Donald Trump's poisoned mayonnaise brain. But when, where was I going with that point? If things go wrong, when we lose that lumber, if we don't get it, Donald Trump can say it's an emergency and claim emergency powers. And that it's super important for national security that we have that lumber, and then we go and take it. That lumber that Canada used to sell to us for money, agreeable, friendly, we have now charged more for in our country and punished the American companies who are buying that lumber so that they'll charge more in taxes. Then that gets passed on to the consumers. Then Canada doesn't sell the lumber, and then we don't have the lumber, or we have less of it because it costs more. That's how costs work. The more it costs, the fewer you have. And then he will say, this is an emergency. We need these lumber to build something. Houses. We need it to build the wall on the southern border. We need that lumber. We are invading Canada to take the lumber that is rightfully ours. It's always been ours. It's always been our lumber. We used to pay them for it, but now they won't sell it to us for the same price anymore because of the tariffs. We have to go into Canada to take the lumber. That's what's going to happen. Because he's the peacetime president, remember? Peace is war. Ignorance is strength. War is peace. The whole 9 yards. What have we got here? This is Lutnick. It wasn't Navarro. So Lutnick is about to say something incredibly stupid that I mentioned a moment ago, but here we go.
So what's happened to the world is the global governments have backed taking our factories away from us. I mean, there's nothing.
The governments of these countries took our factories away. Do you remember when all of the Mexican army marched over the border, kicked in the door at GMC, Ford, Chevy, all of that shit? This happened back in the 80s, apparently. According to this motherfucker, this is what happened in the 80s. They sent their army men up to GMC, Ford, and the Chevy corporations and stuff like that, kicked in the door, pointed their guns at the CEOs and said, your factories are being moved to Mexico. And then they were like, they had a gun to their head. What are they going to do? What are you going to do? CEO of Ford, when a gun is to your head, they agreed. And then they moved their factories to Mexico. Does that sound like something that happened? Because it fucking didn't. According to this guy, it did. This guy is telling you a fake history lesson. We're not even like at opinions anymore, man. They're telling you a fake version of history. We can look into it. We can find out how these things happened. But the people watching Newsmax don't want to know how it happened. They want to believe that it did happen this way. They love their beliefs. You can't criticize them for their beliefs, man. A belief is a part of you. It's a part of your identity, and you can't criticize them. Yes, I can, and I will. If you believe the words he is saying here, I criticize you. I criticize your intelligence. I criticize your grasp on reality. I criticize your inability to look up basic facts on the internet.
What's happened to the world is the global governments have backed taking our factories away from us. I mean, there's nothing about Taiwan that they should be making semiconductors. There's nothing about Korea. They should be making all of the appliances and the electronics of the world. What's happened is they had a policy of their governments to let's back our companies and let's take this business from America while America's not paying attention. So our factories went overseas. But what you're going to see is the most modern factory.
None of that is true. If their governments, and they probably did, made it easier for American companies to come over there, it's because they wanted jobs for their people. They didn't take the factory. That's insane. That's madness. That's nonsense. They made a law to make it seem like you wanted to hire all these people for very cheap. Why would they make that law? Why would the Chinese and the Bangladeshi and the Indian people make laws allowing people to be paid very, very, very little and work in sweatshops? Because they wanted the American CEOs to choose to put their factories there. This isn't an accident. This isn't force on their part. Took something away, suggests that there was some sort of force. Madness, nonsense. They didn't take anything from us. We sold it to them. God, it just kills me that these people get to, this guy is fucking rich. He's going to have more money than I ever will in my entire life. And all he does is peddle beliefs to morons.
Pressing the thumbs up button will release chemicals in your human brain that will make you feel.
Oh, good news. To some of the lists, some of the countries on that list don't have any people on them. Trump's trade war with penguins. Trump places a 10% tariff on uninhabited Antarctic islands. Planned tariffs by the White House include a duty on imports from the Barren Head, the Heard, and McDonald Islands. Full of fucking penguins, man. Nobody lives there. The population is zero. Zero population. But I guess the penguins had it fucking coming. Maybe Donald Trump knows more about penguins than I do. Maybe he sees all of the trade imbalance we have with these fucking flightless birds. You know? We've been subsidizing the penguins for far too long, okay?
Fuck them ice birds. What good do they do?
What are they good at? All they do is eat fish and shit. They ain't doing nothing else. How are they forwarding American democracy, American hegemony? They're not. What are they doing? Are they voting for Donald Trump? No, they're not. They're born on Heard Island or McDonald Island. You know? Not even in America. These are not American flightless birds, okay? So they pay the tariffs. Even if you knew how tariffs worked, that means if you used it properly, all of the products that the penguins created in their factories, when bought by an American company, the American company would have to pay a tax. Are we taking anything from there? Maybe this isn't as dumb as I thought, but it's real fucking stupid. It's still fucking stupid. Don't get me wrong. This is incredibly fucking stupid.
Lazy liberal birds.
I know.
Can't even fly.
Can't even fly, you lazy ass birds. Waiting for your government to hand out check. Look at this. Look at these welfare queens. Yeah. Okay. Like, I could almost understand it if, like, we were taking minerals or something from that island. If American companies were going to that island and taking ice, taking raw minerals or something like that, and then bringing it back to America to sell it, then you would tariff it when it comes in. That's an import tax, maybe. But what would you gain from that? That's just a tax hike. Like, should you be gathering the minerals from America instead? Should you be hiring American flightless birds to help you get the ore out of the ground? Dude, this is so dumb. And this is more of the chaos. They want the chaos. I'm not saying they put those islands on there on purpose to distract us. Is it distracting? Yes, I've been talking about penguins for the past 5 minutes. So it's distracting. Distractions don't have to be intentional for them to work. You can put accidents on that list, and I think this is an accident. So was the Taiwan thing. That's unintentionally funny, and that still works as a distraction. We're all going to be making penguin memes about lazy liberal birds that can't even fly for a week, and they're going to steal from us in the meantime. They're going to steal more of the government for themselves and take it from you, take it from me, take it from all the Americans, so that they can have more power and wealth. You know who doesn't have power and wealth? The puppy dog on the ground right behind me. I'm going to grab him. We're going to have a little bubble break, and then we're going to continue with this, whatever this is. Oh, hi. This is Bobo, the baby bark boy. Say hello, Bobo. Good job. So yeah, he's very shaggy. Me too. We both need a haircut, kid. Both of us need a really big haircut. You need a haircut. I need a haircut. It's getting crazy. It's getting shaggy in here. You know, it's entirely too shaggy. There's nothing over there. That's the window. Say goodbye to the people. Bye. Good job. Yeah, my hair is a mess. I need to cut it. It's entirely too long. Then it looks silly when the headphones push it up. It looks silly when the headphones hold it down. I just can't win. My blood pressure needed that one.
I am the algorithm. Click on this video to make me happy. You wouldn't like me when I am angry.